Just can't believe he's 25. It's amazing.
I had no idea he would ever live to be longer than 15 years at the most.
Hi, my name is Megan Dolan, and I'm the owner of Jack the Cockatiel.
My name is Mike Dolan, and I'm Jack's owner. Parrots apparently like to have an association with a person. They kind of bond. Jack started out being my buddy, and then at some point in time he discovered Carol, my wife, and dumped me for her. He's a mama's boy now.
You know, when we got him, he was in the pet store, and it was like the day after Christmas, and he was like, you know, the leftovers. You know, nobody seemed to want him. He was, his feathers were all messed up, kind of, you know, broken tail feathers, and he was so skinny that his eyes were bugging out of his head. And, you know, we kind of felt bad for him. At that time, they were telling us 12 to 15 years was a normal lifespan for a cockatiel. We've always given him table food from when he was a little tiny bird until now. He loves to eat beans, potatoes. He does like a few meats. He's particularly fond of ham, chicken, turkey. And, you know, occasionally he eats some vegetables, things that are kind of similar to beans, like corn and peas. I mean, he likes to eat the guts out, and then he just kind of discards the skins around. And crunchy things like cereal, potato chips, pretzels, peanuts, any kind of nut almost, you know, he loves. We've had him so long that he's started to do human-like things, like eat at the table and eat when we eat.
Jack likes to get into weird things all the time.
His Winnebago is really a box that beer came in. And he just loves to go into little dark places. You know, sometimes we'll stick some, you know, old bills or stuff, you know, paper that we don't want, receipts, and he likes to sit in there and shred up the paper and make the box into his nest. And sometimes he'll chew out the sides of the box, and you know, and sometimes he'll be occupied in this box for hours on end. And since we kind of transport him around the house in the box, we've been calling it his Winnebago because it's kind of like his mobile home. The bed is another, you know, dark place that, you know, he loves to go in there, and he'll go in there and he'll make all kinds of crazy little bird noises. And at one point in time, we had some posters and old calendars that we were saving for who knows what reason. And Jack went in there, and he would be occupied for hours, like what is he doing under there? One day we actually looked and realized that he had really chewed up a good portion of a calendar. Another thing he loves to do is climb things. If it's anything that's fabric, like like the bed or up a chair. If I'm 5 feet away from Jack in another room, he refused to just fly, even though he can fly. We haven't trimmed his wings so he can fly. He insists that I go and pick him up. I mean, he will not fly. Yeah, somebody told me years ago, and you know, I guess they had experience with a cockatiel. They're like, "Oh God, you got a permanent 2-year-old," and they weren't kidding. We think of him as one of the kids.
Jack is my son. Of course, he's a bird, but he's still my son.